Om Hari Om Narayana. Yes, all sadhakas, jignasus, mumukshus, bhaktas, mahayogins, shishyas of the Guru Parampara, karmishta dharma sthapakas, to every one of you, welcome. Saluting the entire expression of divinity in the form of the Lord, Parabrahma, Narayana, our Ishtadevatas, all the Rishi Muni Guru Devata, and the Shruti Mata. At the very lowest level, it is just getting flown in the outer events, in the inner floods. Second level, pausing little bit. Third level, then seeing both what we are putting inside ourselves, what we are sending outside into the world. Obviously, through the indriyas, more than that, through the antakarana. In that also, more with the mana as thoughts, emotions, sentiments, and buddhi as nishchayas or convictions. What are we sending inside and outside? What we send outside, that alone we will see. What we send inside, that alone we will see. To understand this trick of the mind only takes many lives of listening to the Shastras and that devotion to the Guru, Bhagavan, that which makes us grasp this most important thing. Obviously, into our own chamber of heart, through the senses, full consciously, subconsciously, or semi consciously, if you pour on objects, world, worldliness, so too with the mind. All the time, when only the sankalpas about the world, the worldliness, the worldly things, the worldly people, worldly happenings, when they alone are entertained all the time, sent inside, obviously as impressions, what can we expect to come out from there? If we sow a Karela seed, we can't expect an apple tree to come or any fruit tree to come. This trick we don't understand. We are spiritual, we are honest, we are simple, we are good, but that doesn't help, no? We have to be intelligent and we have to be smart. Intelligence is in knowing by pausing that what is happening by us, through us, voluntarily, involuntarily, consciously or subconsciously, with whatever maturity or immaturity inside, having sent everything of the world and worldliness and expecting our antakarana not to project those only thoughts, impressions, etc. on the surface of the mind is a paradox. It is only a laughable thing. In the same way, when we look out into the world, what is our vision of the world from within? What is our acceptance of the world seen when it is shown from outside? And in a flood or flow for such a long time, what we are seeing through the senses as that alone is real, having seen what mind is imagining, projecting about it, that alone is correct. In this flood, we were getting flown. Therefore, Outside in the Vyavahara, for us, it is nothing but worldliness and samsara. Inside our own antakarana also, it is nothing but the worldliness and samsara. Even now, while we are exposed to Shastra Jnana, we have to observe and see what we are sending. That is why we said getting flooded at one level, second is pause, third is thinking, analyzing what exactly happening. Now we said, okay, if this is what is happening by us or done by us voluntarily or involuntarily, that with more value, with more power, with more reality given, with more importance given, when all these things are sent inside, seen outside, that is what will be coming out from within. That is what will be presented to us from the world. Like a person came in front of you. Hi friend, how are you? You come. Only a human being came. But how did you say the friend? Because to that person we have sent outside the thoughts that he is friend. Inside also into our chambers, we have made the thought that he is a friend. Other one came and he's an enemy. We don't even look at him, talk to him. We get inside disturbed, agitated. We want him to go away or we want to go away. He's a human being came. But towards that person, for whatever the reason, whenever it was, those thoughts that he is an enemy are sent outside or seen that way. Inside also those were sent. Now imagine now all the thing which is happening we have shown or discussed. What thing should happen? Now imagine. Key consciously to begin with till it becomes habitual. Thereafter, even semi-consciously, subconsciously, even unconsciously, imagine if we come to a stage of anything our indriyas are presenting to us of the world, if we can say that all of that is the divine only, on the strength of what we say that only after thoroughly studying the Shastra. That's why the need of Shastra Adhyayana. In the same way, within our chamber also, in the heart, through our mana buddhi, the sankalpas about Paramatma, sankalpas about the Tattva, only when we habitually send consciously. To start with, few moments in an hour or few minutes in an hour, and keep on increasing to send into our heart's chamber thoughts only of the divinity. In what way you do, in thousands of ways that are. Obviously, our antakarana, when it is filled with those thoughts or samskaras or vasanas of divine, they alone will come. See how simple it is when it is understood, and how confusing and complicated it is when you are not blessed with that subtle intellect and maturity to understand. Only understanding we are having now. Understanding itself takes so much of listening and thinking. Actually, when we start practicing, then the real genius. That it takes its own again efforts, it takes its own sacrifices, it takes its own time. And just imagine for a few years, me consciously into myself through my sankalpas of the mana, vicharana of the buddhi, only the tattva vishayas have sent into me. Upanishads padkar unke andar about Paramatma whatever they are said, all of that only if I am sending inside exclusively, हाँ बीच में फिर मिर्च मसाला नहीं डालना of the worldliness. Imagine what would be my state of antakarana after 2 3 years. Obviously, it will be full of the divinity only. In the same way, at the same time when I am using my senses out of necessity to see the world outside world, with the strength of Upanishadic study, whether it is Aitareya, Taittiriya, whatever is seen in whatever the million names and forms, all of that it is the same Parabrahma. And therefore, I just respect, revere whatever service to be done. Other than that, any other thing is a projection of the mind, non existing projection of the mind. Holding on to this, other than visualizing or feeling, everything is divine, nothing else. If this I entertain again 3 4 years, like the example we gave, when that person came. No, mitra bhavana kiya, mitra laga. Shatru bhavana ki, shatru laga. Now do the bhavana that the divine only expressing that way. Therefore, I will duly relate outside what's required there. Inside, I entertain the thought that the divinity expressing like that. Other than that, just because of a momentary help done, considering him as friend by the mind, just because of a momentary trouble given, considering that person to be enemy and sustaining that thought for long time. It is foolishness of the mind. If I know it, then don't allow it.